Welcome back. The ranking Republican on the House Judiciary Committee, Doug Collins, releasing the full transcript of Bruce Ohr's testimony behind closed doors last summer. Ohr, remember, is the former Associate Deputy Attorney General under Rod Rosenstein, whose wife, Nellie Ohr, worked for Fusion GPS. They created the dossier. I want to bring in Tom Fitton, the president of Judicial Watch. Tom, it's good to have you on the program this morning, and thank you at Judicial Watch for doing the work that you're doing. Your takeaways from that testimony of Bruce Ohr.
Well, it confirms to a shocking degree how closely the Justice Department and how dishonestly the Justice Department and the FBI were working with this Clinton operative, Christopher Steele. Remember, he worked for, hired by Fusion GPS. He was paid with Clinton campaign and DNC funds to dig up and create dirt on candidate Trump and then President Trump. He was dealing with Ohr through 2016 into the campaign and then through the Mueller investigation in 2017, and well after he had been fired by the FBI. You know, and frankly, this is kind of follow the leader with Congress, because Judicial Watch first released the documents showing 60 communications, or more or less, between Ohr and Steele. And you can tell that it was a friendly relationship. And of course, you've got this compromised relationship because Ohr's wife, Nellie, worked for Fusion GPS and was a colleague of Glenn Simpson and Christopher Steele. And this Get Trump conspiracy run out of the DOJ and through the Mueller operation deserves a lot of attention. And
you mentioned your batch of documents of the conversations between Ohr and Christopher Steele that you released. A couple of the texts included, "I hope the firewalls hold up." That was after Jim Comey was fired. Another one was, "Thank you for supporting our cause." That was Steele to Bruce Ohr. And now it's confirmed that Adam Schiff on the House Intel Committee prepped Michael Cohen for more than 10 hours. 10 hours. Schiff prepped Cohen before Cohen testified. I mean, is this, you know, justifiable for an ethics investigation? I mean, why was he prepping him for 10 hours?
Yeah, I don't know if he was involved or his staff was involved, but it's highly unusual for staff to get with a witness for 10 hours beforehand, especially on Mr. Cohen, who had already testified. And what's really problematic is that Schiff denied any substantive communications with Cohen, and Cohen said, no, I talked to him about topics we were to discuss. And it wouldn't be a big deal other than Cohen perjured himself again, it looks like, before the committee. So you've got an ethics scandal for Adam Schiff as a result of he and his staff's involvement in setting up and collaborating with Michael Cohen on testimony that virtually everyone who watched it agrees is perjurious, including independent media like our friends even at CNN. And
yet, you know, Adam Schiff continues to ignore what we now know happened in the 2016 election, where a couple of members of the FBI and the DOJ tried to change an election and take down a duly elected president. Last week on this program, we had Devin Nunes on, the ranking member on Intel, and he said he's got a list of 32 names, which he shared with us on the show last week. They're all connected to Clinton. He says he wants to question them. He wants them down for testimony to further unveil what took place. Why is this important?
Because it's still uninvestigated, the full cooperation and collusion between the Clinton campaign and the FBI and DOJ that looks to continue. I mean, look, Cohen's represented by Clinton ally Lanny Davis. She's still running the show in many respects. Her dossier is still being used by the Justice Department and Mueller to investigate and harass President Trump. Why hasn't Mrs. Clinton been asked questions about her communications with Fusion GPS? Why haven't her lawyers been brought in? This is sort of the basic information that needs to be followed up on by a competent Congress or an honest and fair Justice Department. Instead, the Justice Department is protecting that relationship. I mean, we fought to get these documents out showing the collusion between Fusion GPS and the DOJ. It took us over a year. Even Congress had to take steps on its own to release the Ohr transcript because DOJ was withholding approval for its release.
Right.
Transparency is key here, and the president should step in and look at the other material that's being withheld improperly and authorize its release and declassification.
We'll see if he declassifies anytime soon. Tom, it's great to get your insights. Thanks so much.